Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV, powered by Stagefront VIP. Post-fight, Demetrius Andrade, David Benavidez, Mr. Jim Lampley. Jim, what did you think about the fight, first off?
Well, I thought the first 2 rounds demonstrated the potential tactical and strategic challenge that might have been facing Benavidez, and I was interested in seeing how he was going to solve that puzzle, and he solved it almost immediately. It's one of the oldest stories in boxing. You kill the body and the head will die. He switched his target from the head to the body in the 3rd round and proceeded to just blow Andrade up with the most spectacular display of power punching we've seen in quite a while. You have to go back to the height of Gennady Golovkin's career, maybe further back than that, to the height of Mike Tyson's career, to find a moment when somebody so demonstrably destroyed an opposing fighter who had a plan and was executing it with just spectacular power and composure and thought process. It was a stunning display of skill and power, and I think he has an amazing future. I want to see him fight Canelo Alvarez, and if he can get past Canelo Alvarez, if he can get past that impregnable chin, which I suspect with this kind of power he will be able to do, then I want to see him follow the path that could very well make him the first great Mexican-American heavyweight contender. And the first great Mexican-American heavyweight contender will be the biggest commodity in modern boxing at the moment that is fulfilled, and one of the biggest entertainment commodities in the entire world. And he's smart, and he's presentable, and he speaks well, and he has a really personable way about him. Everything about him is impressive. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Jim, what do you think makes David Benavidez such a dangerous fighter for Canelo Alvarez? What do you think is the main thing that Canelo?
Same thing that make him dangerous for anybody, and we saw it tonight. Pure combustible power. You know, he lands with force and suddenness that is just different from most other physically skilled fighters. And the instant that he was able to bring that to bear with the first big right hand over the top, it was over. And it was a stunning and composed, skillful, thoughtful display of how to solve the problem in front of him with pure power. And I didn't know that he could get that done, and he did.
Jim, the fighting spirit that was showed by David Benavidez tonight, receiving punches, a litany of punches in the first couple of rounds, but always firing back, not just with power, but with intelligence. Talk to us about, in particular, the 3rd round, the way you kind of saw things change, like we spoke about.
Pure power is, I'm not going to say it's nothing, it's meaningful, but pure power is not maximized without a thought process. And he showed the thought process. You know, the first couple of rounds were difficult. You know, you could see if the pattern wasn't going to change, you could see a possible pathway for Andrade to actually win the fight in the first couple of rounds. He's been knockout proof through his career up until that moment, and he came out of the 2nd round in pretty good shape. I thought he had won at least one of those first 2 rounds, and that Benavidez had not shown any sign that he understood how to deal with that puzzle, and then instantly he switched up and he started blowing Andrade up to the body. He lit him up with body shots, as all of the best power punchers have done in the past, and went ahead and completely destroyed him. And it was a measured, thoughtful, intelligent, spectacular approach. I could not possibly be more impressed with what I saw from David Benavidez tonight.
Jim, you said something that stuck out in my mind, and I wanted to share it with the fans, and it was that there's no other road that you can see for Canelo Alvarez, respectively, to take aside from David Benavidez.
Jermall Charlo made a great appearance tonight. Jermall Charlo had been gone for 2.5 years with unspecified, quote, mental health problems. You had no way of knowing what Jermall was going to do in the ring. And he got into the ring and he got himself together. He had a little problem in the early rounds with the quickness of Jose Benavidez, and then gradually he just took over and he fought and he showed how good he can be. And I'm thinking at that moment, well, maybe Jermall has stated a logical case that he should get a shot at avenging his 1 minute younger twin brother's no-show appearance against Canelo here 5 or 6 weeks ago. But by 30 minutes later, that was all wiped out by the absolutely stunning and galvanizing performance that David Benavidez produced. The boxing world wants to see him in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, and then if he can pass that test, the sky's the limit. And by the sky's the limit, I mean, if you look at his background, if you look at where he was when he was 13, 14 years old, if you look at his intelligence, the thought process, the strength, etc., this could very well be the first great Mexican-American heavyweight championship contender. And that is something we haven't seen. And given the nature of Hispanic-American culture, the passion of Mexican people for boxing, the passion of Mexican-Americans for boxing, his ability to express himself, the way he fights, he could be one of the biggest entertainment commodities anywhere in the world.
And when we talk about entertainment commodities, next week, Houston, Texas, Ryan Garcia, Oscar Duarte getting together. What do you think about that matchup?
Haven't had a chance to think about it. Ryan Garcia combines a lot of the kind of appeal that built Floyd Mayweather, that can have a lot to do with Benavidez, social media skill, an understanding of how to present himself, etc. Ryan has all that, but of course, he got hurt by a power puncher when he fought Tank Davis. And the public responds much more instantaneously and with passion to punchers above and beyond other kinds of fighters. Ryan Garcia, yeah, he can punch, but Tank Davis showed him that he's a bigger puncher. And so, you know, Ryan Garcia is one thing, fun, exciting, etc. David Benavidez is a much bigger story right now. Much bigger story. There's nothing else in boxing at this moment that matches what David Benavidez means.
And lastly for me, December 9, we've got Regis Prograis versus Devin the Dream Haney, another fighter that looks like he's on the rise. Devin Haney moving up to 140 pounds. What do you think about those two getting together?
Prograis is the right kind of working class opponent for Haney. Haney is a spectacular athlete with marvelous athletic skill. He can be very interesting to watch over the next couple of years, but nobody's going to be anywhere near as big a story as David Benavidez.
Well, there you have it, folks. The legendary Mr. Jim Lampley. Jim Lampley, Marcus Hayes, Fight Up TV. Jim, thank you for your time. We look forward to seeing you again.
My privilege. I'll talk to you later.
Take care.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.